Trying to burn fat from your belly, your love handles, your thighs feels impossible, right? That's because you've been sold a fantasy. Spot reduction is not real. No amount of crunches, side bends, fat-burning creams, sweat belts, detox teas, or miracle ab circuits will melt fat from one specific area of your body. If that worked, every guy who laughs at bad fitness advice would have shredded abs by now. But here's the good news. Stubborn fat can be burned. You just need to understand how your body actually works. And today on Blue Power, we're breaking it down properly. Why fat loss doesn't happen where you want it to, what actually controls where fat comes off, how to speed up the process, and the real secret nobody talks about. Let's get into it. Fat loss doesn't happen in one place. It happens everywhere at the same time, but not equally. Your body burns fat systemically, meaning from your entire body, based on hormonal signals and energy demand. When you're in a calorie deficit, your body releases stored fat into the bloodstream to be used as fuel. That fat doesn't come from just your stomach or just your thighs. It comes from fat cells across your body. But here's the frustrating part. Your genetics decide which fat cells empty first. Think of it like draining a swimming pool. You don't get to choose which corner of the water level drops first. The whole level lowers gradually. Your body works the same way. For most men, the stomach, lower belly, love handles are the last places to lean out. That's because male bodies tend to store more visceral and abdominal fat due to testosterone and cortisol patterns. For most women, hips, thighs, glutes are more stubborn because estrogen encourages fat storage in those areas. And then there's face fat. You gain 3 pounds and suddenly your cheeks look like you've been enjoying life a little too much. That's normal. Some areas have higher concentrations of alpha-2 receptors, which slow down fat release. Others have more beta receptors, which allow fat to be mobilized faster. You don't control that ratio. Genetics does. And this is where most people get discouraged. Here's what usually happens. You start dieting, you clean up your food, you hit the gym. 2 weeks later, your face looks leaner, your arms look tighter, maybe even your calves look more defined. But your belly? Still there. Your love handles? Still hanging on. And you think, I must be doing something wrong. So you quit. But in reality, you were probably right on track. The stubborn fat you care about most is almost always the last to go. Research shows that as body fat decreases, the body holds on to certain fat depots longer because they're more resistant to hormone signals that trigger fat breakdown, meaning you weren't failing. You just weren't patient enough. Most people stop right before visible transformation happens. Don't be most people. Let's simplify this. There is only one physiological requirement for fat loss. You must be in a calorie deficit. You must burn more energy than you consume. That's it. You can increase activity, reduce calories, or combine both, but the result must be the same. Your body needs more energy than it's receiving from food. When that happens, it pulls from stored energy, body fat. No exercise overrides this rule. No supplement bypasses it. No detox accelerates it magically. Fat loss is biology, not marketing. And here's where people sabotage themselves. They expect their problem area to shrink first. It won't. At first, you'll lose fat in places you don't care about. Your wrists get smaller, your collarbones show, your jawline sharpens. Meanwhile, the lower belly still looks the same. That's normal. If you stay consistent long enough, the stubborn fat has to come off. It cannot defy physics. Since you can't target fat loss, what's the smartest move? Build muscle in the areas you want to improve. Let me explain. Building muscle doesn't burn fat directly from that spot, but it changes how your body looks as fat decreases. Struggling with belly fat? Train your abs. Not to burn the fat on top, but to build the core underneath it. When the fat finally reduces, your midsection looks tight and defined. Holding fat in your legs? Train legs hard. Squats, lunges, Romanian deadlifts. Build muscle so when fat drops, your legs look powerful, not flat. Want your arms to look better while cutting? Train arms. Muscle gives shape. Fat covers shape. As the cover gets thinner, the shape shows. And here's something important. Strength training also helps preserve lean muscle during a calorie deficit. Studies consistently show that resistance training combined with sufficient protein intake reduces muscle loss while dieting. More muscle means higher resting metabolism, better insulin sensitivity, better body body composition long-term. So the formula becomes calorie deficit, strength training, adequate protein, time. That's the real fat loss stack. Fat loss is simple, but it's not easy. The hardest part isn't knowing what to do. It's staying consistent long enough for stubborn fat to finally surrender. There's always a phase in every transformation where progress feels invisible. The scale moves slowly. The mirror doesn't impress you. You start doubting everything. That phase is where most people quit. But that phase is also where real change is happening. Because underneath the surface, your body fat percentage is lowering, your metabolism is adapting, your muscle definition is building, your habits are solidifying. The real secret isn't a workout, it isn't a supplement, it's patience. Long-term consistency beats short-term intensity every time. Let's be honest, you can burn stubborn fat, but only if you stay disciplined longer than your excuses. Most people give up right before the visible breakthrough. Don't be that person. Understand the process. Trust the process. Stay in a calorie deficit. Train with intent. Build muscle. Eat enough protein. Sleep properly. Manage stress. And give it time. Your body will respond because biology always wins. We don't have a magic fat loss shortcut. What we do have on Blue Power is real training, real strength, and real progression. Because when you focus on building strength, unlocking advanced moves, mastering your body, becoming powerful, your physique improves as a byproduct. And when that stubborn fat finally disappears, you won't just look better. You'll be stronger, more disciplined, more confident. And that's real transformation. If this video helped you understand fat loss on a deeper level, hit like, subscribe to Blue Power for more no BS fitness truth, and tell me in the comments, what's your most stubborn fat area? Stay consistent, stay powerful. This is Blue Power.